will be in the next tale. Who knows?
Who knows? Because there's no better follow-up to that than a little bit of smut.
Anything you need to do with a smutty tale. And do you know who wrote this one?
I sure do. Colleen Conway Blanchard!
And Catherine Blake Smith. Here we are.
Hi.
Let's all give Katie McMiller a round of applause. Sorry, can I have a little less purple, please? Thank you. It's fine. I can read. It's fine. All right. This is a piece called a Prairie Dog Smut. That's what Colleen titled it. So here it is. I've been with the Parks Department, Rodent Rehabilitation, for 12 years. I made this department what it is. Hell, in most ways I am rodent rehab. People turn up their noses at what I do. Even my own mother, she's dead now, would say, Ellen, I raised you to be a debutante. I bought you perfect teeth, taught you to hold your mouth open in a pleasing, non-smile. Shames me to see you running loose in dirty boots getting paid to play with rats. It's not nice to be mean about dead people, I know that, but my mother, before she was dead, was a small person. On the inside, small. She never understood vision, purpose, passion. She never understood much, but marrying rich, ugly men and pretending to like sex. She hated sex and her rich, ugly husbands, but she loved money and prescription pills. Ellen, she'd say, before she up and died of boredom and cold-heartedness and a bad liver. Ellen, I don't like nudity. Skin is too warm, and I hate all of the hair and the smells. During sex with my husbands, I pretend I'm licking the sweet-tasting protective shell off a Valium. I love pills. Pills are what I really love. That's what she'd say. She had no wisdom at all. In childhood, I learned everything from my beloved hamsters and caged mice and the prairie dogs I bred in our pool house. I raised a prairie dog colony under my mother's veranda when I was 12. I can communicate in short barks. That means, alert, there is a predator, specifically a red-tailed hawk with talons like table saws to rip through your soft brown fur. There's also, that means, lift your hind quarters high and wide. I want to mate. Once, when I was 14, and my mother had left me alone for 4 months in our manor house to live on a yacht in Morocco with her sixth husband, Oswaldo, I fit myself into a prairie dog tunnel and slept curled in a comforting warren of prairie dog. Prairie dogs groomed me, warned me of predators, and they trusted me with their hairless, little blind newborn pups. Prairie dogs have so much to teach us about ourselves, and still, small people want to blast them from their burrows out of fear and ignorance and hatred of holes. Sure, prairie dogs are territorial, and male prairie dogs will prevent other males from mating with their special ladies by stopping her up with a sex plug made of mucus. That's not nice. But the sex plug also provides extra nutrients for lady prairie dogs to eat from their sex plug inside themselves. So, you see, it's not black and white. No species is perfect. Love is hard for everybody. That's how I comfort myself anyways. I'll probably never love again. Not like I did this last hot summer. The summer I met Ted. The best and worst summer of my life. I had headed down to the Dakotas for my yearly prairie dog flea count, and I was on 14 acres of scrub examining holes. It was hot, so I had stripped down to just my summer uniform khakis. Maybe that's why it all happened. I was bent over, barking into a hole when I heard footsteps behind me. Startled, I turned to see a bronze god, a giant of a man, shirtless in Wranglers and worn cowboy boots, holding a shotgun. "I don't know who you're barking for, lady," he drawled, wiping sweat from his naked torso with the butt of his gun. "This is my ranch, and I shoot trespassers, even when they're pretty ladies bent down in damp, pleated khakis." "Sir," I said, flashing my Park Services badge, "I'm counting fleas in your hole here. You'll need to step back. I'm obtaining an accurate measure of prairie dog quality of life here. Sir, it appears grim. Sir, very grim. These holes are empty. There is evidence of prairie poisoning, sir. Please stop polishing your gun at me. Sir, I will cite you." He took a few steps forward and bent toward my hole, the one I was looking into. My horse, Dancing Queen, my pretty mare, she broke a leg stepping in no damn holes. She ain't never gonna soar with the scrub brush again. That vomit spread plague and eat my grass. I'm loyal to my beasts. And I'm loyal to mine, sir. I raised my voice. Prairie dogs are natural fertilizers. Their feces increase the quality of your grasslands. My grasslands are good enough. I don't need no damn dog interfering. He smiled against the sun. "You want a swig of my whiskey? You look like you're sweating right through that tight white shirt there." He was right. I was. I took his whiskey, and then he settled next to me in the dirt. Not too many ladies look good, wet with sweat and covered in Midwestern dust. You do, though. Too bad you're a government type keeping me from my rights. And he flashed his white teeth at me. My breath caught in my throat. I'd had sexual adventures, but mostly with tepid scientists between presentations about burrowing at academic conferences or with Eagle Scout leaders at Park Services retreats. They were pleasant enough, but none of these men ignited this heat in me. It was wrong. This man, is my enemy, but the body knows its own reason, and I felt myself leaning towards him. Oh no. I felt myself leaning towards him. Where is it? No. Park's over there. Oh, there. He pulled me in quickly for a rough kiss. I could feel his whiskers and smell the whiskey on his breath. My clothes came off in a frantic rush. A need. I ain't changing my mind about them dogs, lady, just because you have breasts like snow-covered mountains and thighs soft as meadow grass. I'll kill them to save my own. I'll cite you, I'll fine you, I'll have you arrested. I breathed into his sunburnt torso. I unbuttoned his jeans and pulled myself onto him. I once visited the biggest prairie dog in the world, I moaned. It was concrete, huge, comforting, a monument. I feel that feeling now, that rightness, looking at you with your pants off. Sure, he pushed himself onto me. A lot of ladies say I got a monument, like the Statue of Liberty, or something, right to the top. See the view. It was a hot blur. He smelled of horses and sweat and dirt, his calloused hands on me, his mouth on my mouth, hot and insistent, his luxurious wavy hair brushing against my face as I screamed into the dry wind, my back against a prairie dog hole, my cargo shorts thrown against the barrel of his shotgun. When we finished, hours, eternities, about 35 minutes later, he held me close, and we watched the sky turn orange and then darken. I could hear a faint barking cry in the distance. Why don't you quit saving these dirt rats? Come live out here with me. Ride horses, grow corn. I'll teach you to kill and skin a buck. I looked at his rough, sun-scarred face and buttoned up my 5-pocket cargo shorts. Why don't you learn to live in harmony with the gentle Cinemus? That's the Greek derivation. It means mouse dog. Never. He snarled, rolling himself up from the grassy knoll. Then, we will always be enemies. I zipped up my Parks Department vest, straightened my badge, fined him $200 for lack of compliance. He snatched his citation and turned away, and I barked into the night, following a lone prairie dog's plaintive, warning cries. Thank you.